create the sultry kitty cat look, I started my look off with the foundation already done. I used Tan by SeneGence. Then I used the SeneGence here under my eyes, in between my eyes and on my forehead, under my nose, from my nose down to my lips, kind of in that smile line, and a little bit on my chin. I used Sandstone Pearl SeneGence, and then I went back over with an even brighter color, Snow, and that's just to brighten up those areas, giving more of a cat-like feature and appearance. I'm using the color Smoked Topaz, their SeneGence by SeneGence, and the MAC flat brush number 242 to draw the line below my cheekbones and then kind of curve it back up around before I get to my nose. Then I'm blending that in with a brush from Sephora. I can't remember the name of that one. And then I go back in with the Bronze Blush Sense from SeneGence, and I just help blend that in, making the line smoother so it's not such a harsh line going down my cheekbone. Going back in with that bronze, I'm using the MAC Angled Blush Brush number 168 and just blending in a bit more, giving it a smoother look again. Now I'm grabbing my spoolie and I'm just going to kind of rough up my eyebrows and guide all of the hairs up, giving it more of an animalistic look. Then I'm going to go back and blend together the SeneGence from SeneGence, color Mocha Java and Garnet. I'm going to kind of mix them together and then use an angled brush just to kind of outline my eyebrows. And once I get to the point at the top of my brow, I'm going to extend that up a little higher for more of a cat eye look. And I fill it in, making them both a bit thicker. Now I'm going to grab the SeneGence Snow again, and I'm going to use the flat MAC brush again and just go under my brow to smooth out and give that more of a sharp look under my brow and to correct any errors that I've made while putting the brows on. It's also going to brighten up under my eyebrow and give my eyes more attention. Grabbing that MAC brush 242 again and the Mocha Java SeneGence, I'm going to draw a line down the bridge of my nose on either side and curving it around at the end. And this is going to give it more of a cat-like nose. Now I'm going to use the MAC 224 brush. It's a little fluffier, it's good for blending, and the Bronze Blush Sense again to soften up that line along the nose and to bring it down and darken it on either side. I'm going to use Mocha Java SeneGence here again, and I'm going to help kind of blend from that line I made on either side of the nose into the crease of my eye, and then we're going to make it have more of a cat eye effect on the outer corners of the eyelids, giving more of a cat eye shape. The SeneGence really blends well because it is a cream to powder formula, so it goes on nice and creamy and then dries and stays put. To blend in the color really well, I'm using the MAC brush 221, and then I touch it up to make more of a fine line and cat eye look with the 242 again. Now I'm going to use the SeneGence Garnet and the thicker blending brush 224 to really darken that V. It's a highly pigmented color, so I'm going to rub the brush onto the color wand and add just a little bit at a time until I get the color I'm going for. I'm going to do the same thing moving on to the blending brush 221. It's a bit smaller, and the Onyx SeneGence, darkening it even more. Now I'm going to grab Snow SeneGence and that flat brush 242 just to clean up that look, to give it a sharper cat's eye. Using Snow again, I'm going to use the bigger blending brush, the 224, and blend it on the inner corners to the middle of both lids. Now I grab that garnet again, and I start off using that flat brush 242, but I really want a sharper line, so I'm using the eyeliner brush 210 by MAC, and I just start below my eyelid and move it back up about midway until I get to my lash line, and then pull it out to the outer corners of my eyelids. And I'm going to use Onyx and start a winged look on the outer corners of my eyelids. And then I bring it back in just to make it a bigger wing look. Now I'm going to get the SeneGence Sandstone Pearl. It's a shimmery look, and it's just going to really highlight and open up my lids. I'm going to blend it in the inner corners of my lids and kind of swing it down to the corners to where it kind of comes down below my lower lid. Using my MAC 168 angled blush brush and the pearlizer, I am going to go ahead and highlight the areas that I want to bring attention to. Forehead, the bridge of my nose, under my nose, kind of where the cat's mouth will be. Now I'm going to grab SeneGence Onyx and my liner brush by MAC 210. And I'm just going to draw the shape of a cat's nose around the tip of my nose and down around the nostrils. Then I'm going to drag it down to a point, connecting it to my top lip, right at the Cupid's bow. I'm also going to fill it in with that flat brush again, the 242. That'll keep the look smooth instead of a lot of lines through it with the liner brush. Now moving on to the upper lip, I am going to use Blackberry Lip Sense. You want to apply this to clean, dry lips. I just use a warm, wet cloth and then dry it off. You want to shake the Lip Sense really well, mixing up all the color. And you're going to apply it in 3 different layers. You apply a layer. I start at the Cupid's bow and move my way out to the outer corner. Let that first layer dry and then continue those steps for 2 and 3 layers. I'm going to allow that color to dry for a bit longer so it'll really stay put. I'm going to move on with my liner brush 210 by MAC, and I'm going to use Blackberry Lip Sense here. I'm going to draw the dots where the whiskers will come from. Draw the dots where I want them, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw straight lines out to either side. I did 3 on either side. You can do more if you'd like. Now I'm going to grab my Glossy Gloss and apply this over my lips. This is super moisturizing and it will penetrate through that color, keeping my lips nice and moist and hydrated. And it'll keep that color from cracking and peeling off. It doesn't rub off, as you can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that Blackberry Lip Sense and take that line out further so it's more of a cat-like mouth. Now it's time to apply my fake lashes. I don't remember the number on these, but they are a very thick, full lash. I add just a bit of glue on the line of the lashes, put them on my lids, and allow them to dry for a few seconds. Once I finish this up, I will go and crimp my hair and back comb it or tease it just to give it a fuller look. Put on some kitty cat ears and a little bell just to accessorize it and bring that cat look together.